And we are good to go live on the internet.
Big gamers, epic gamer moment. Hello, Lucid. Welcome in, my man. Good to have
Lucid.
you. Good to have you. You know what? You have got your.
Yeah,
window
I
open.
have. It's bloody hot.
Let's get some natural light in here, eh?
Fucking burning.
Sick. Hey, mate. It's been a hot minute. We had a Perry Prison Pals. Oh yeah, right. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's cracker. I like that.
We've been off for a little bit, just getting some light admin sorted out in real life, but we're here now.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome in, everyone. Good to have you all. Vic, mate, how have you been? How you been?
Good.
Good. Good.
So yeah, obviously, I think we said we weren't. We're going to talk about God of War.
Yes.
But we are going to keep it extremely spoiler free and only talk about it very vaguely. But been very good. Been playing God of War. For anyone who didn't see, I got this bad boy.
Oh.
With
What's
it.
the other thing that you got in the background? You got some more shit. Hold on. You got some new stuff.
No, I didn't.
What's that?
This.
Yeah.
It's I've had this. I think my dad got this for me for Christmas. It's
Is
like
a siege?
Yeah, it's
Sledgehammer or something. I thought so.
the sledgehammer from Siege.
I'm having a beer because it's bloody warm here.
Yeah, I was gonna have one too, but then I was like, we need a V as well. I might go
Yeah,
get it. I'll probably get a beer, but later on.
Yeah, I've got my V as well, so we can do a little bit of cross stuff, but it's all
But yeah,
good.
been good.
It's been. I agree. This last week has been pretty fucking hectic, but it's been good.
You
God of
get
War is
literally lucid if I have weapons.
yeah. Vic's all about hammers at the moment. That's crazy.
Got 2 hammers behind me.
Yeah, bloody dual welding. But yeah, same here. This last week has been great. Just bloody admin.
Yeah, we don't have as easily accessible guns, so I have hammers instead.
Hammers instead. That's actual facts. So that's why I've got this sucker up here.
Yeah, Marcus
just in case
sword.
anyone starts to get a little bit mouthy, I'm just gonna be like, "Don't tempt me," but it's all good, and we're out here grinding, So before we kind of crack into everything, we should do a wee update because it's literally been 3 weeks since we've done this, and I'm going to apologize. I'm looking directly at the camera now. I'm going to apologize. I haven't uploaded the Halloween bit of content yet because I just forgot until like yesterday. So I'll need to do that. I'll probably do it tomorrow or something like that.
That is all good.
But yeah, we're out here putting in the hard yards, getting it all sorted.
But yeah, that like very quickly, how are you? How have you been?
Oh, yeah, good. Busy as fuck inside and outside of stream life and work life and all that good stuff. It was nice having that time off after the Joker stream.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of stunted my momentum a little bit. And then God of War came out. And so I was like, I should really get back into the whole actual streaming properly side of things. So starting next week, I'll be back to my normal 5,000 streams a week. So we'll get on that. I don't know what I'm going to stream though. That's the big issue.
Oh, because you finished Dead Space 2, eh?
Yeah. So we'll see. I was actually going to give you a proposition for you. I know that you're in the middle of playing the Resident Evil games.
Yeah. So imagine only streaming 5,000
hours. Yeah, unbelievable. Actually, I kind of want to look at my stats at some point because you know how it tells you like how many hours you've actually streamed and all that stuff. Yeah, that'll be interesting. But because neither of us really stream Sunday, unless it's just like a random like I feel like playing this game, so I'm gonna play it.
Mm.
Um, Proposition,
Mm-hmm.
Dead Space 3, co-op, every Sunday until we finish it.
I like it.
Cool. All right, that was my thought process around that. Um, I don't actually know if the co-op is different to the uh single player side of things,
It's
or
not.
if it's just a
It's
okay, cool.
the single player is essentially I think it's Isaac and just some other guy. So
Okay, cool.
it's the same thing.
Cool. Dope. Yeah, so I was like, actually that'd be cool. And that way we're not like tying ourselves into like every single stream that we're doing over the next like probably like week and a half or something.
Hmm.
Um it's just doing that. Uh Sick. Outside of that, yeah. You have completed and started on Res completed Res 7, have started Res 8.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm a couple hours, 2.5 hours, I think,
Mm,
into Village. I can't remember how long Village is. I don't think it's as long as I remember it being, but
it's I from what I can recall, it's definitely longer than 7, but
yeah,
not
it's longer
by
than
like
7, but I
not
don't
by
think
a
it's
whole lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because
There are some areas that you can speed through really quickly and some areas that you get stuck on for a while.
mm,
Like the the dollhouse is a place that you can just kind of like zoom through and be
yeah,
done with
especially now
pretty
that
quickly.
I know everything, like
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on. But yeah,
Mm, sick. Yeah, and
nice.
I've finished the 2 Dead Space games. F- Fuck 2 was good. 2 was really good.
I
I
really
was
like too.
seriously impressed. Yeah. Um, the 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 gameplay just felt a lot more polished, not as um. I think I referred to one as a little bit floaty or like glidey. So like when you turn, it takes a second to react to your turning, and then once you stop turning, it still moves a little bit.
Yeah,
So it's like very glidey. But they kind of fixed that into, and I like that they made Isaac talk because the whole silent
yeah,
protagonist thing was definitely an early, like late 2000s
yeah.
kind of meme. Yeah.
Because you are the protagonist. Your
Yeah, but
voice matters.
but no,
Shh.
I don't want to do any work except press a button. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, pretty cool shit though. So that'll be fun. We could probably end up doing like if there are other um like multiplayer or co-op games like not like Dead Space, but like in that vein, and we enjoy doing the Sunday shit, then we could look at doing
Make
something
it a
like
thing.
that. Yeah, as well.
Hard out.
We could play It Takes Two, mate. We
Oh.
could play It Takes Two. I'm gonna be completely transparent. We're not gonna do that. Um, Game of the year, baby. Game of the year 2020.
Cuphead's co-op, right?
Oh yeah, Cuphead is co-op, and I am not good at it, so
I've never played it, so I'm sure I'm not
that'll
that
be
great either.
fun. There's a real, it's a real, it's tough. It's just a hard game, like
Hmm.
in general. But yeah, we could definitely do a co-op of that. That'd be cool. Um, cool. What are your outside of your streamy stuff? Anything else going on? Anything else
No, I mean
fun?
it's coming up to Christmas, so
Yeah.
just getting gifts and whatnot
Oh,
sorted.
gross.
Spending money on other
Yeah.
people. What the fuck?
Fuck.
Um,
Fuck. I just want to spend $900 on a game of the year, or not game of the year, limited edition. Bloody
what? It's not $900, okay?
look. You can say that it wasn't $900 all you want, but we all know that it was.
Okay, fine. Nah, but that's pretty much it.
Sick.
Yeah. You?
About the same to be honest. I'm dealing with some uh admin shit around home. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned today that you had a flat inspection on Monday, and it's coming up to 6 months for us as well. To get one. Well, near the end of the year.
Mm.
So we'll need to do a little bit of admin around the house to kind of clean up the shit show that these dogs have done to our house, to our beautiful home. Nah, it's actually fine. It'll
Fucking
just be
imagine.
it'll be a wee carpet clean and putting a heater on the carpet so that it dries and then you're good to go. No
Mm-hmm.
issues. But yeah, outside of that, just kind of keeping an eye on everything and getting all that stuff going. Then figuring out what we're gonna do for Christmas as well, because um we're not gonna leave Auckland. We're just gonna stick around. So
Okay.
you know, it's all that good stuff. Poor dog.
Yeah, I think we're going down to Gisborne on like the 27th.
Mhm.
And then coming back on the 31st. So we're just going to go down for a few days and then come back on the 31st so we miss all the R&V traffic on the 1st, which is
Of
usually what we do.
course. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, what are you doing for New Year's? What's your plan for New Year's?
Oh, just chill out at
Yep.
the parents' place.
Mhm.
Maybe usually whenever I'm down there, there's like cousins and stuff. So we'll
Cool.
go to someone's house and just have a barbecue or something and then
Yep.
just chill out. And then, yeah, I think I took work off until the 6th. So then
Mhm.
come back and just stream. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I think I've got until the 4th off.
Just buy
Um,
Steam decks for the. I don't even know if you can buy a Steam deck in New Zealand.
Not at the moment. I did have a look, but it's one of those things where it's like I know that it'd be worthwhile picking up and getting and all that good stuff, but the admin that it would take to put it all together. Um,
What the fuck?
did the did Twitch just go down?
Why?
I just got like a everyone just went offline. Like all of the people that I follow.
Oh no, I've still got Nessa's stream up. I've
Oh,
still
that
got.
was so fucking weird. The whole stream just like you know how like on the side it's like followed channels and
Mm,
recommended channels. Everything just went offline.
oh,
Every single channel just went offline. I was like,
uh,
oh fuck,
I'm
it's
still
crazy.
seeing people, but
Good.
my what the fuck? Like I've seen there's like I just googled Steam Deck NZ
Mhm.
and there's a website where I guess you can buy it, but it's $2,000. So
How much did you spend for your one?
my computer.
Oh, the Stream Deck. Sorry,
No, we're talking
yeah.
Steam Deck.
So I was reading Stream Deck. So your beep beep beep. Because I think like last podcast we were talking about it, and like it was like it was like $600 or something like that. Like on the actual website itself, but I guess in New Zealand it's probably a little bit different.
Oh well,
Um,
that website I was just looking at, it's $2,000 for a Steam Deck,
Jeez,
and I would
just
much
buy a
rather get a
fucking
PC.
just buy a computer and then get a Switch, and you're still spending less money.
Well, I think because we've got the Switch Lite, and Megan like she doesn't really play it much anymore, so I've been
Mm.
thinking about jailbreaking it and just playing heaps of other shit on it.
Yeah, do it. Why not? Like, in all honesty, uh, fuck Nintendo. Do whatever you want. They should be thanking us for buying their 6-year-old product. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But yeah,
Anyway.
I'm gonna crack my V because I'm thirsty and I want something cold.
Mm. Let's do it. What color did we get today? What flavor did we get today? I should say.
You can't tell, but I've got a blue.
There we go.
Oh,
I got the pink.
watermelon.
I got the pink one. If I pull it closer to me, does it get smaller? Yes. All right. Now we're gonna do a little right way, wrong way,
Oh, I just cracked it like an
wrong
idiot.
way. Unbelievable.
Hold on.
Um,
This way. I've cracked, so I have to.
hold on. Wait.
Oh wait, I need to go.
Uh,
We'll make it bigger.
all right.
Go a bit closer. Oh, I dripped. No, that's
Yeah, I'm
condensation.
dripping as well.
There we go.
A little bit closer. There we go.
Okay, that'll do. I'll get something.
Hell yeah. Let's crack this sucker. Here you go, team. Oh, oh. Mm. Hey, so RIP Batman, you know?
Yeah, so
That's an actual fucking loss, man. That was a Like I read that this morning on Twitter, and I was like, man,
Yeah, I was like, fuck. And then he was only 66, so he wasn't like
yeah.
old.
I didn't look into how it happened because I don't think it was super relevant. But yeah, I was like, man, that's lame. Fuck, because I used to watch the animated series when I was younger. It was like my main way of getting into Batman because I had like mastered and was really hard around getting like comics and shit like that.
Mm,
And I like Spider-Man more, so when I did get comics, it would have been Spider-Man comics
right.
instead. But yeah, Big L, fucking that sucks. Anyway, moment of
It's
silence, real quick.
oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
yep, that was a good one. Yeah, R.I.P. the man, the myth, the legend. Muted? No, I think we just stopped talking.
It's a moment of silence for Kevin Conroy Lucid. Yeah, but
Uh,
it's interesting because I would say like, well, I mean, not even I, like everyone knows, like you put him in the same vein as like Mark Hamill for the Joker. Like
yeah, yep,
they
like
are, when you think of the voice of Batman, you think of Kevin Conroy's
yeah,
voice.
yeah.
The same as how when you think of the Joker, you think of Mark Hamill. So
Mark Hamill's, yeah. Well, in particular, when it comes to like the like voice acting side of things, for sure,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, because he did almost all the Batman stuff, right? Like, did he do Batman
There's
Beyond and everything like that too?
He's in Batman Beyond because there's like the old
The old
Bruce
Bruce,
Wayne.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But a lot of the more recent DC movies have used a couple of other people. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but like, there's nothing wrong with those other people. It's just always for me, and I guess for a lot of people, it's always weird seeing like an animated Batman and it's not his
And it's
voice.
not his voice, yeah. He's got it's very, very like unique is a understatement, but it's he's got something very particular about him
Mm.
that allows for that kind of voice to carry the way that it did. But yeah, you can even I can even like just talking about it right now. I can even like picture it in my head, like hear him
Yeah.
in my head, like the way that he talked, which is sad, you know. So R.I.P. to Kevin
R.I.P.
Conroy.
R.I.P.
You were the
R.I.P.
goat. Mm. But yeah, that was the one thing that we wanted to kind of preface before we got into everything. Um,
Should we talk very quickly, or who
yep.
knows how quickly? But should we talk
Hmm.
about God of War first?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Cool. All right. Verdict so far.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like frustratingly good. I
Why
was.
is it frustratingly good?
Oh, I just like because I wanted. Hold on, give me a second. Neighbors bloody on the lawn.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
couldn't hear anything, but carry on.
Well, I could.
You
So
could, yeah.
we'll just wait. It's gonna get bloody warm in here, so I'm gonna start sweating. But I think the reason that I was like, I didn't want it to be bad. I wanted it to be good always, forever. But the issue that I was like worried about was I really want Elden Ring to win like Game of the Year, but I'm not sure it will with this.
I think
Um,
it will still win.
oh, it'll win. Yeah, I think in terms of things like game design, it'll win that.
No, but like, because you have like, remember, God of War's only on PlayStation, so Elden
True,
Ring
true,
I
true.
feel
Yeah.
like would still win other categories for. I don't know if like Xbox is Game of the Year, and I don't think Xbox has really released anything like first party wise that's been amazing
And
this year,
Infinite was the
or
only thing that
even
I can think of,
and
and
even
that
that
was
bombed.
yeah,
Like people did not like Infinite.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
so maybe Xbox, or like overall PC or whatever if there's
yeah,
different categories. But yeah,
yeah, true. And Lucius made a real good point as well. Like the fact that this has come out more recently
yep.
is going to make it a lot more front of mind for people. But I think it'll really help its case just because it is very good as well, and people were already in love with the characters from like the early 2000s, or Kratos in
Oh no. Oh
particular,
no.
and it's
Oh, there
just
you go. You're
grown
back.
since then.
You're back.
Oh, I froze. No. But I so far, um, I have enjoyed like everything about it. And I did mention that when I was watching the trailer, I was like, oh, it just kind of looks like all the same enemies and like the same like stuff, but it is familiar but different, and I think that's what I like about it.
Yeah,
Particularly, especially because I just finished the first one again, like super recently.
that was like because from the trailers, I do think they did good in that they didn't show a lot.
Hmm.
Because from the trailers, I was like, oh, it's just all the same areas again, but now it's
Yeah,
snowing, and
yeah,
but no, it's not.
yeah. It's quite a bit different, which was cool
Like it
to
is still the same area. You're still in Midgard, and you're still like going to other realms and stuff,
yeah.
but it's different. And my thing was like, because when I played it the first time, I was like, oh, I was starting to feel like there's nothing crazy new with like the
Yep.
abilities and the weapons and
Mhm.
stuff. And then the next time I played it, I guess they I don't know if they studied or like figured out a point in like 8 hours into the game or something where they were like, here's some new shit. And I was like, ah, oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
sweet.
yeah. I was like, I was very happy with that as well, because I was like, oh man, like it's all well and good doing the same thing that you did in the first game. Like if it works, it works, right? But it does. There are points where you're like, ah, I just want a little taste of something else, and then you get a little taste of something else, and you're like, very nice. I am happy with what happened there. Because I know the bit that you're talking about. I think the other thing that I thought was super cool was the I'm I'm not sure how much we can go into it outside of just being like the first part of the game, so the first like hour of the game um was genuinely fantastic. I was like, fuck man, this is so good. Um and you kind of called it in one of your little this is what I think is going to happen. Um do we want to can we talk about the first hour of it, or like the
I
first like
guess,
opening scene of it?
does anyone in chat who's listening at the moment care if we spoil the first hour? Or are you guys planning on playing it or not wanting to know too much about it? I
Yeah.
mean, we can, because it's hard to
Yeah.
talk about how we feel about the game without sort of,
Being like, this bit was awesome, or
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I guess we don't have to. We don't have to. We're
Yeah.
like, we can, I guess, after, you're good. Okay.
Yeah.
The consensus is you're good. So what do you want
Yeah.
to talk about?
I think the chase scene at the very beginning of the game, with I you know what, to make it
We
really
won't use
simple,
names.
we won't use names.
Okay.
The chase scene at the beginning of the game was so fucking good. Like what a amazing way to start the game. But the very first scene when you like load the game up and it's just Kratos sitting there, like just like sitting, and then you start the game, you pick the difficulty, and it just goes straight into the game from there. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Because I was like, what is actually happening? Like, has there been a decent time jump or something like that? Uh so I was super
Have they
super
said
impressed by that.
how it's been, like it's been a few years?
I believe that it's been the equivalent of how long we haven't had a game. So if the game came out
Right. 18.
2018 and it's not, so it's I believe Atreus will probably be like 16 going on 17 or something. Um or maybe I'm How
Oh
old
yeah,
would
maybe
you?
15-ish.
Yeah, how old would he have been in the first game?
Uh, maybe 12.
Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah,
yeah,
he's like
yeah,
a teenager. He's like a
yes,
mid-teens.
yeah,
But yeah,
and
I also thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's cool because they did the same thing they did with 2018, where like the main menu in 2018 was Kratos standing there about to cut the tree
with
down,
the tree, yeah, yeah,
and then you start the game and he cuts the tree down. So,
mhm,
and then they're doing the same thing again, where it's like it's all just one continuous camera angle
yeah.
throughout the whole game, which is some people don't like it, but I don't mind it. Keeps it cool.
Yeah, I feel like it reminds me of like you like I think that might be why I like third person games so much, particularly like the over the shoulder side of things. And it feels like you're just like following them. You're
Mm,
like just an entity that follows them instead of just like seeing everything through their eyes and switching between from switching from Cyberpunk, which I finished, to this, like the difference between them is so like obvious. And that's great.
mm.
Like that's really good. So yeah, uh, that scene was great. When when I shot you that message, being like, holy fuck, uh, that was like after meeting Fenrir.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, man, like this game's gonna be hard to play. Um, and then
I
and
was the
then
same. I was like, who the fuck starts a game like this?
yeah,
Like, this is
yeah.
fucking bullshit.
And the funniest thing about it is like Fenrir Fenrir's been around for like 30 seconds at that point. So
Yeah.
like um but yeah, it was really fucking really good. And I know that you kind of talked a little bit about how you were feeling with the introduction of kind of the big bads. Um so do you want to jump into that a little bit? Do you want to dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, so it was I liked it, but at the same time I was also like, this is not what I was
Hmm.
expecting.
Yeah.
So while it was happening, I was like, I don't really know how I feel about this.
Hmm.
But then afterwards I was like, actually no, like that was cool. I
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah.
And everyone knows Thor's in the game, so we can talk about Thor.
Yes. Yep.
Um, I
Shouts
hope,
out
I
Joseph
hope,
for that one.
I hope he's like I'm like I was talking to you about it a bit earlier before
Yeah.
stream. Like I'm about 17 hours in, and
Mm.
he's only been in the game a very small amount.
Mm.
So I do hope he's in the game more because what's his name? Ryan Hurst, I think is the
The
voice
guy who
actor's name.
voices him?
Like he's the fucking man. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Like when he spoke, I was like, that's like to a T exactly what I would have expected to hear from that dude. Yeah.
but yeah, hoping we see more of Thor and some other gods and stuff as well.
Yeah.
There are bits which you haven't got to yet,
Hmm.
which I keeping it super vague.
Hmm.
Um, like they do touch, like Kratos does touch more on the older games and like the stuff he did before, which is
Yeah.
fucking cool. Like he
Yeah.
starts talking about stuff that he did in like the Greek with the Greek gods and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that was fucking cool. So there's stuff coming up for you, which is really neat.
Cool.
But yeah, like it's just a solid game, you know. Like
Yes. Yeah.
they, it's you can sort of always count on Sony first party
Yeah.
developers to like just
Yeah.
make a
To
good
really nail a
product.
good game. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Um.
but yeah, overall, I'm really enjoying it. I was kind of talking to Eli and stuff about it last night. Where right now, for me, being 17 hours in, there have been a
Mhm.
few moments where I've sat there and just been like, "Fuck, this is so sick."
Yeah.
And like right now, I do have it ahead of Elden Ring for me.
Yeah.
The only thing that would change that is if they don't nail the
The end.
ending,
Yeah.
and if I finish this game and I'm like, oh, that was kind of lame, then
Yeah.
it wouldn't be game of the year. But
Yeah. I one of the other things that I really liked, and it's probably just again, it's not any spoilery stuff, but the relationship between Sindri and Atreus is
yeah,
really cool.
yeah,
Is like a really cool, like uh, again, this is touching more on 2018 God
hmm
of War, but the little people with little problems thing that happens, uh,
yeah,
and that kind of revisits itself as really like you're like fuck, he just like they're actually just like like good people, good dwarves, that want to help even though they're a little bit odd. I do find it one thing that have found a little bit kind of not I don't want to say jarring, but a little bit like caught me off guard was how many like some how odd some of the characters are compared to the first game, if that makes sense. Because like in the first game you got like Moti and the other guy,
Thor's
and then
sons.
you yeah, and then you got Baldur and all that sort of stuff. And now in this game
There's a squirrel.
there's a squirrel, and, and I'm like, I mean, like, cool. It makes sense because there's a lot of that kind of,
Well, there's mythology behind it, but
yeah. It's not like they're just adding it in for the sake of
but it
adding
was
it
still
in.
like I was like, what the fuck?
It's very jarring, especially when you meet him for the first time and he's just like crawling all over Kratos, and you're just like, huh, he's just letting it happen. Um, but yeah, that was pretty good. And then the last thing that I want to
Yep.
talk about, which we can continue talking about it, but it was just something that popped in that I wanted to have a quick chat about was a little bit further into the game, you go into another like kind of open area that you can travel through, and then throughout that entire time, Atreus is being like, "Why are we doing this? Like, why do you want to do this?" And he's like, I have my reasons. I have thought, not thought. I am Kratos. I have my reasons. Blah blah. And then, uh,
Mimir.
what's his name? Mimir. Yeah, he's like, have you thought about like he just wants to
Like hang out.
hang out
He
with
just
you?
wants to be your dad.
And then Atreus is like, I actually don't know what to say, and I thought that was pretty cool.
It's interesting because yeah, like from the 2018 one, like it was just constant like he's a shit dad. He
Yeah,
like worst father. Calls him boy every time until the
yeah,
end when he finally calls him by his name. And then in
yeah,
this game, it's clear like I don't know whether that's intentional storytelling or also like I'm sure it's got both parts where it's like
yeah,
to do with the story, but also because people are like he's such a shit dad, blah, blah. And so
yeah,
he hasn't called him boy once. He calls him by his name every time.
yeah.
And because obviously, like everyone knows, the whole game's about Ragnarok, and so
Mm,
there is potential that everything's going to end,
yeah.
and so he's just wanting to try and spend more time with the son,
hmm
and it's cool.
Yeah, especially because like Atreus is actually like he's kind of like the like I'm the one who starts slash ends this
Mm.
essentially. So like even if they just got up and left, they got onto a boat and buggered off to Egypt, then that would still be happening. Because let's be real, let's be completely real. Is probably where it's going, right?
Well,
Um,
they were going to do Egypt, and then they switched during development of 2018. And before Ragnarok came out, I read because they released a comic a couple years ago,
oh
which
yeah,
kind of it like the when I was reading about it, if like a few people were saying
mm,
it bridges the gap between God of War 3 and God of War 2018. It doesn't
yeah,
really. The basis of it is like after God of War 3, Kratos is just wandering around
yeah,
trying to find something, and he somehow ends up in Egypt, and he doesn't interact with gods or anything at all. He just kills a couple monsters,
yeah.
and then at the end of it is just like still angry, and then just walks away.
Yeah, well, that would make sense when it comes to like the Egypt side of things, because that's closer to Greece than Norway or Sweden would have been
Mm.
during that time. So it would have made sense to go to Egypt if he was going to make his way. Like, but I guess it all depends on, I guess, what the studio wanted at the end of the day. I'm glad they did this.
Oh, 100%.
Uh, I mean, to be honest, if they did Egypt and it was the same as uh 2018 God of War, just in Egypt instead, I would have been happy too. But
Mm.
you know,
I
it's
just, I think I've always found like Greek mythology and Norse mythology just really interesting.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm happy that they've done this. But yeah, that's just a
Hmm.
brief chat about God of War. I saw IGN, they, I think they tweeted something about how it can take anywhere from, they were like, the average playthrough of God of War Ragnarok is 20 to 60 hours. So whatever
So
the fuck.
expect us to be back in 80 hours to let you know what's really going on. What difficulty are you playing on?
I was gonna do Give Me God of War, but then I was like, I haven't played the original in too long, so
Yeah,
I did No Mercy.
which was the second to.
The second, like the step down from the hardest.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I picked as well.
But after going
I
through, I'm like, fuck, I probably could have done Give Me God of War.
although in saying that, there are some parts of the game that I've been like not struggling with, but being like, man, these guys hit like fucking trucks. Like I'll get like two hits in, uh, from like a just like a random either enemy or mini boss or something like that, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad that that wasn't the case.
There's only been one boss which you haven't got to yet, which I was stuck on for a while. Most of the other times that I've died is when there's just a lot of enemies.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
whenever it's a boss fight, I'm sweet, but whenever there's like a lot of enemies, I'm always like, fuck, like I need to get back into the rhythm of like using the status effects and making sure I'm actually burning them or freezing them and then
yeah.
making them
I
stop.
think that that has been something that they really pushed in on this game because it's way easier to do those effects, and there are like moves specifically for that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah.
I do like that mechanic, like the triangle mechanic.
Mm.
I think that's pretty cool. The only other thing that I have noticed is I feel like the like I'm gonna call them weapon arts because I'm not too sure what they are actually referred to, like
The
the light and
runic
heavy runic
attacks.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I think that they are pathetic compared to the first game. But also I don't think I've got good enough gear yet to really put them into a
Yeah, I think they're
thing.
intentionally supposed to be pretty meh right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I
I still haven't unlocked the heavy one. I don't know at what
neither
point
have
that
I.
will come
Yeah,
through, but
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of I'm happy to kind of end it there, and then probably let's be real on like the next episode we'll end up doing proper like how did we feel because
Yeah,
we
I reckon
probably would have completed
once
by
we
then.
finished it, we'll have like a proper spoiler
Yeah.
filled discussion about everything.
Hmm.
But yes, Lucid, I agree. Majority of the not just IGN, but most like gaming outlets are not on the same sort of wavelength
Yeah.
as actual gamers, which is why whenever I watch reviews and stuff, I actually just watch people on YouTube, not
Yeah.
IGN and stuff. But yeah, God of War. I'm just sitting here fizzing at the end of the podcast so I can go back and play some more.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
But last
I
night I was like, because I saw you were playing pretty late as well.
I was playing till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and then it was like 1 o'clock, and I was like, I started to feel like I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop because
yeah, where did I get up to? I think I got up to uh it must have been just after the main like card story bit in Alfheim, and I was like, I'll have a quick wander around and see what I'm doing. But I was getting a bit tired of the boss at the end of that fight because it just felt like I wasn't doing enough damage, and they were doing a lot of damage. Um, So by the time I got out, I was like, cool, I'll leave that open area for
Which
you
shield
know
are you using?
the mini one.
The parry one?
Yeah,
Yeah, hell
yeah, because shouts out.
yeah. Shuts up.
Um,
Dark Souls.
because we're fucking good at what we do. That's why.
I
Nah,
immediately changed my dodge button to circle though.
oh, that's a good idea. That's a real good idea. Fuck, I should do
Because
that too.
I was every time I went to dodge, I was pushing circle, and so I immediately changed that.
Yeah, I might do that as well. Actually, now that I
It'll
think
take you
about
a
it,
while to correct your brain at this
readjust
point,
myself.
but
Yeah.
that was the first thing I did.
Although I'm not struggling necessarily with the X button, but I've always known dodge to be circle, so maybe I'll
Have
have
you? How many times have you accidentally done Spartan Rage?
not much.
Oh fuck! It always because like it's happened a few times for me because I'm in the middle of like a fight and then
Mm.
I'm trying to sprint over to someone else and then also lock onto them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I'll be like running over and then just be like,
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
God fucking damn it, I didn't want to do that.
Maybe I've just conditioned my brain to be like, yep, that's what I wanted to do.
Mm.
Like, but I don't recall having done it a handful of times. I only recall doing
I
it
will
like
say, in a few hours for you,
yeah.
they have done. Maybe I won't say. No, I won't say it. I won't say
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I think that's kind of what we're touching on when we're talking about this. It's like if we feel like, oh, maybe we should
Nah,
not
yeah.
say this, then
If
we
it's like
won't say
a,
it.
would I just want to find this out myself? Yes. Okay, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah,
So we're going to end the Ragnarok
yeah.
discussion. But yes, Chef Mike, R.I.P. to Kevin. Cool. So that's that. Did you have another topic you wanted to talk
Uh,
about?
what was the other thing? There are a handful of things that I was kind of looking over. It's kind of funny because a lot of the stuff that we have been talking about has just kind of ended all at the same time.
Mm.
So things like uh She-Hulk and Game
House
of
of the
Thrones,
Dragon. Yeah.
yeah, and all that sort of stuff have kind of just like fallen to, or not fallen, but like finished. So, is there anything that you're looking forward to over the next coming months
And like across any media.
across any media? Yeah,
Um, Black Panther's out, right?
is it out
Um,
already, or is it?
well, Solarius said he went and saw it. I
I
don't know
thought.
if he went to like a
Ah,
early screening or something,
hold
but
on.
what's it
Black,
called? Black Panther.
Wakanda Forever.
It is Wakanda Forever.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's up.
Oh, okay, because I would probably will probably go and see that.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
looking at the
know. Mm.
cast though, it kind of it looks like Michael B. Jordan's still isn't it? But maybe I'm going cuckoo. It also says that Daniel Kaluuya is in it, but apparently he's not. So who knows? Maybe they're
Yeah,
just taking the casting
Google
from
casts
this
are
one.
weird. Anyway,
Yeah, but
um,
yeah, probably go see that. Maybe
outside
this
of
week or something.
that, um, still because I was trying to think. When did? Hold on, let me look it up. Season 4, part 2 trailer. It came out. Official trailer. So on the 20th of November last year, the first trailer for Attack on Titan's final season part
Ooh,
2 came out.
yeah.
So I'm also kind of hoping
The assumption will be that they drop something relatively
within the
soon for
next
that
couple
too.
of weeks I'd like to see
Yeah.
something about that.
Mhm.
I'm also, and I was seeing online as well that a lot of people are also like, how the fuck are they gonna top the Rumbling opening? Like,
Yeah.
what the and then I my ideal would be if they get the people who did the first intro.
What the
Yeah, but
yeah, that.
they did the same intro but just like the depressed version or like a real slow
Yeah, yeah,
sad version
yeah,
cuz that would lead into everything pretty nicely. But
yeah.
That I'm hoping to see something soon, and then there's a couple games like I think Callisto Protocol comes out next month,
Yep.
which will be pretty cool.
Mhm.
And I'm just having a look at these game releases. Yeah, not much actually.
Mm.
Miles Morales comes out on PC next week.
I feel like there was
Um,
no announcing for that.
Apparently, looking at this, it says
Yeah.
it comes out on PC next week.
I didn't even realize that they were putting out a port for that, but yeah, I guess. Cool, cool.
What's in December? Callisto Protocol. Um, Crisis Core, which I'll be getting.
Oh yeah, Crisis Core, that'll be cool. Silk Song, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Holy. That I feel like that's gonna come out in February next year. That's my
Oh, I
inkling.
thought the Dead Space remake was coming out this year, but
It
it
comes out
says
end
January,
of next month, yeah. Oh, sorry, not next
end
month.
of Jan.
Next
Yeah,
gen, yeah.
but yeah, there's only a few things that I'm sort of really excited
Mm,
for.
mm.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think I feel kind of I think I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I I I've been very busy over the last like month, so I haven't really had time to like consume stuff that just I like to watch. So I've only finished episode 3 of Chainsaw Man.
Oh, I
So
haven't
I
even
might
finished episode 2.
so I might jump into finishing
Same with
one
My
like
Hero. I've only
this
watched the first
afternoon. Yeah,
episode.
same with that and Mob Psycho. Got to finish that too. I feel like I want to rewatch all of Mob Psycho from the get go though, so I might just have that as my kind of while I'm playing a game on my PC on in the background type beat.
I wonder if Suicide Squad got delayed because of Gotham Knights.
That would make sense, but the studio that's doing that
Because Suicide
is
Squad's Rocksteady, who did the
who did the Arkham
original
games.
Arkham stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But that
I,
would make sense.
with how poorly Gotham Knights was received, maybe they're
Yeah.
tweaking it a little bit.
Was it you who was saying that Gotham Knights was definitely meant to be like
Oh,
a
from
microtransaction?
everything that I've seen about that game, it looked like at one point they were planning on making it like a live service game where
Mm,
you can pay money for stuff. Because there's like, I don't know how many, but there's like 4 different types of currency that you can use to like
mm,
craft new gear, and like there's so much different gear, and yeah, it's just they fumbled it real bad, and it
yeah.
doesn't look like
It,
a good
it look,
game.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like it's. I think we kind of said this before. It's 2022. Like, if you can't run a game at 60 frames per second on anything that is out right now, including previous gens, so like PS4, Xbox One, all that sort of shit, you've got something wrong. Something's gone wrong, and you need to sort that out. It's
especially when it doesn't look good enough for that to make sense.
yes, yeah, yeah,
Like, Arkham Knight looks better.
yes.
Like, it looks way better than
It
that game.
runs better as well, and that had like a really awful like I know that
On
like
PC, it sucked at
they did a
launch.
port to PC and it sucked dick, but it's I think I think they really fumbled it. It would have been, what would have been super cool if they did something like kind of what they did here, except it kind of focused like GTA 5 did, where during a thing you can be like, "Oh, sick! I'm just gonna switch to Robin," and like you jump up to Robin, like it does like the zoom out and then go drop down to him, and it's like him talking to like a cop being like,
Yeah,
"Oh, yeah, he's that way," or something like that. Like that would have been better than what they did. I don't know. Um,
maybe
but
it's
yeah,
fun co-op. Maybe, I don't
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but I'm not gonna buy it.
Neither am I.
If it
I
shows up on
don't.
Game Pass at some point, I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
But that's about it.
yeah. Even if it goes on like a ridiculous sale, I'm not going to pick
No.
it up. Yeah. The studios need to be punished for that sort of stuff. Not the workers, not the workers. Studios need to be punished for that because the workers would have done what they were told to do. The studios make the end decision though, so fuck them. there's my little rant about that. But
Welcome in, Joseph.
yeah,
We had a bit of a chat around, as spoiler free of a chat as we could around Ragnarok, but we're not going to really talk about it too much until we finished it.
Wait until maybe episode after the next, and we'll do like a full commentary on it and all that good stuff. Speaking of next episode, do we want to pick up again next week and then continue doing our 2-week stuff from that point? Cool. I was just making sure.
Off with their heads.
Yeah, too bloody right. Yeah. Fucking stretching. I'm stretching from sitting down for too long because I've been playing bloody video game. Oh fuck. What else is there that's coming out? I know this sounds weird. As in, I watch it purely because it's like a really easy thing to watch, but I think a new episode of the most recent season of Rick and Morty is coming out tomorrow, potentially, or Monday.
I haven't watched Rick and Morty in years.
It's like, it's okay. I think it is given too much credit, in my opinion. But
I really liked it when it first came out, but then I think it was like midway through the second season, I was like, it's kind of just the same thing every time now.
I am Rick. I'm an asshole. I'm Morty. I'm the sense of. I'm the reason. You know, all that sort of stuff. The most recent season has like a weird amount of incest involved in it. Like it's very odd. Like there's an episode where Jerry opens a fortune cookie that says you're going to have sex with your mum. That turns out that the fortune cookie is like a predictor of the future,
right?
And then another episode where there are two of the mum, and then they are in love with each other. It's real weird. I don't know.
You're really selling the new season.
I'm not trying to trust me, but I think it's because I've watched it since it started. So I just like instinctively have to watch them when they come out now.
Yeah.
But because they're only 20 minutes, it's not like a huge issue.
Same as me and The Walking Dead. Although I haven't watched the last couple episodes of that.
Yeah. Ryan Hurst, I didn't realize he is beta.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. He's fucking massive, eh?
He's huge. Did you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
Not like episode by episode, but like I'd seen episodes of it. Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure that would be the first thing I ever saw him in, and yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
What have we been watching? We've been Megan mainly, but I'll watch it whenever I'm in the lounge.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Skins?
Yeah, fucking loved it. Yeah.
We've been rewatching that.
What season are you on?
We're on almost finished season 4 now.
Which is the cook.
Yeah, that
and all that. That's the last season of that group.
Yep, and she will watch season 5 and 6, but I never really watched that group of people, so I don't know if I'll watch those. Season 1 and 2 were like, that was the group of Skins that I watched the most.
Yeah, mine was 2 and 4. I think it was because when I was younger, I had like a humongous crush on the chick who plays Effie.
Everyone did.
Yeah, because she's fucking insane, and you're like, oh, okay, I like that.
Suicidal. Yeah. No, I shouldn't say that. We're on Twitch.
Your therapist is fucking crazy. All right, but yeah, I really like that. Really like that show. I fucking love you, motherfuckers.
How is this person?
Do you not know?
How is he still mowing his lawn?
I don't know. How does he not know that I'm bloody making a top quality podcast?
Speaking of mowing the lawn, have you mowed your lawn yet?
No, I'm doing it tomorrow because the ground is still wet. So hopefully it dries.
Old mate outside doesn't seem to care.
Well, no, fuck. So different different thing that we're looking at here. My house is at the very bottom of the street, and the ground dips in. So that little dip in the middle of the thing fills up with water. It then like spreads itself amongst the thing. So the amount of times that I've been mowing the lawn and it's been dry, I've just ripped up like mud. Like
Yeah.
I'm just pulling out mud. And the last time I did it, we had a flat inspection, and the landlord was like, "Oh yeah, just be careful about that." So I don't want to get my fucking bond taken off me for that. I want to get it taken off me for the dogs ruining shit,
Yes.
not me ruining shit. You know?
Well, I'm just looking at the weather, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow morning. So
Ah, fuck!
maybe you want to get out there later this afternoon.
Maybe I'll do it at like 7 tonight or something. I don't know. I probably should.
It's a fucking mint day today. But yeah, if the grass is wet, that's the last thing you want to do. But no, I only brought that up because when we went to pick you up, Nis was saying how you were real stoked that you got a new lawnmower. And then when we got there, your lawn wasn't even mowed.
Yeah, because
it had been raining. To be fair, it had been raining.
It had been shitty weather, but I had like my lawn, because it's at the bottom of the hill, and whenever it rains, it gets filled with water. It does grow really, really quickly. So like, I had mowed the lawn that weekend, like that prior weekend. So it had been a week of being like, I'm gonna grow some more. But what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say outside of mowing the lawn?
I don't
We're
fucking
talking
know.
about something else. I can't remember. It's all good.
What did you ever watch Doctor Who?
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna talk about. But yes,
Go.
I did watch Doctor
Go,
Who.
say your thing. Say your thing.
It was around Misfits. Did you watch that? It was just super powered.
How many seasons were there?
There were 5 seasons.
Okay, I think I watched the first 2. And then I think because the cast changed, right? Like people left.
So Curtis, was one of the original ones. He left in season 4. And
I don't think I got that far into it.
And then season 5, it was all the new cast. But basically, because it was part of like the E4 group that were like, hey, this whole thing is like, it's only people under the age of like 24 or something like that.
Right.
They were doing like shows, so that's when like Skins was happening, and they were like, anyone who, like, as soon as you're over the age of 24, then they recast, or they'll either recast or like you leave the show.
Okay.
But it was to promote like younger like actors and all that sort of stuff.
I don't know how much of that I watched. I remember the main guy, who's in Umbrella Academy. I don't know. Can't remember his real name.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name though.
Like he buried, and then he found out his power was like he can come back to life. He can't die. And I want to say that's like the last thing I remember, and that's probably the end of like season 1 or something.
Season 1, yeah.
So I don't know if I stuck with that show too much.
Yeah, it's really good. Even the later seasons are good, but like the charm that was in season like 1 and 2 like kind of dissipates a little bit after that season. But yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that show. But yeah, you mentioned Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna. So, how much Doctor Who have you watched?
All of David Tennant.
Yep.
And a bit of Matt Smith.
Okay. So, because obviously my dad's English, so he grew up watching Doctor Who, and I remember when they rebooted it in 2008 or whenever. I think it was 2008 or 2007. Maybe it was earlier than that. But anyway, when they rebooted it with Eccleston, my dad not made, but like he wanted us to watch it, and so I watched pretty much from Christopher Eccleston until the end of Matt Smith, and I watched a bit of Capaldi. Yep. I liked him as the Doctor, but I just didn't like the storylines as much. Didn't watch any of what's her name, Jodie Whittaker.
I hadn't either, but I was impressed that they Did a female. Did a
Hmm.
female doctor.
My
I
dad
thought
was
that was
not,
pretty cool.
because my dad's a fucking boomer.
Women can't be doctors.
She can't be the doctor. But no, the reason I asked is because did you see that they brought David Tennant back?
Yeah, so is that part of their like? Because you know how they do like a Christmas episode.
Apparently not.
Oh, okay.
Because the guy from Sex Education is the
New Doctor, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
What is going to be the new
he's
Doctor?
yeah. So I was reading something the other day about how the reason they didn't turn into him yet is because he's super busy.
Yes. Yeah.
And
He's since Sex Education. Apparently, he's gone from just doing that to doing like 50 things. So
yeah.
he's in like that. He's in a bunch of other movies. He's doing a lot of his like fashion show stuff as well. So yeah, that would make sense.
So because they've gone back to the old showrunner who was doing it while Tennant was there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, oh, I was watching an interview or something, and they were like tossing up between whether they go on like a hiatus until the new guy's ready, or if they do something like this. And so Tennant's not doing like a full season.
Okay.
But they're doing like specials for next year.
Huh.
So there's going to be like a few specials throughout the year, which he's going to be in until the other guys filmed everything and ready to take over.
So, because they did a bit of a hiatus between the 9th and the 10th Doctor, right?
I think so.
Is that right? Because Tennant was the 10th?
Let me have a look.
Because it was bringing David Tennant and was essentially their, like, let's get the youths of this generation involved now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he was the 10th.
Yeah.
That was 2005 when it rebooted.
2005.
That was when Christopher Eccleston did his one season.
Right. Yeah.
And then Tennant was the Doctor from 2005 to 2010.
Yeah.
Matt Smith for a few years. Peter Capaldi for a few years. Jodie Whittaker for 4 years. Wow.
Do you want to hear a fun wee fact about David Tennant's like outfit?
Go for it.
So you know how each Doctor has like their own kind of thing, like item of clothing. So I think the one before Tennant had like a scarf, and then Matt Smith had his fez and bow tie for a little while and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So originally David Tennant was going to have like military like boots, like, you know, up to like the calf muscle, like military boots.
Okay.
And he said, David Tennant was like, nah, let's do chucks instead, like the white chuck or like the tan chucks that he has instead, because it'll be easier for people like kids to dress up as.
True.
And instead, that's why he did it. He was like, oh yeah, I'll like.
He just didn't want to wear these fucking combat boots.
I 100% think it was probably something to do with that.
He wanted to have
just
comfy
like,
feet.
Just like fucking. Oh well, chucks aren't fucking that comfy, are they?
Well,
Especially
I mean,
if you're like standing.
If you're wearing them all day, then nah. But
Man, I've got 5 pairs of chucks, 4 pairs of chucks, even.
It's a pretty iconic outfit now. So
yeah,
good call on his part. But yeah, that's all. Just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, I love the idea of watching Doctor Who.
I haven't even talked to my dad about if he knows the next one is a gay black man.
Uh-oh.
Who knows what he's going to say to that? Such an old white person.
It's such a classic like the idea around like someone being recast and being like completely the opposite to what you were used to when you were young,
grew up with,
being angry about it. It like cracks me up. Like when they recast when everyone was like, no, James Bond can't be black, it can't be female. Are you kidding? And I'm like, they absolutely can. You do realize that all of the James Bonds are they're 007. It's a fucking code name.
It's not the
Are
same
you kidding
person.
me? It's not the same person. You fucking idiots.
No, but
Ghostbusters,
that was
true.
just a bad movie. Like,
there's a difference between hating it because of a bad movie and hating it because it was
because of your
because it
own
was women.
fucking stupid morals.
No, it's not even a moral
Well,
thing. That's just
your
the person
stupid,
being
yeah,
stupid.
your stupid beliefs.
Fuck, that cracks me up. Oh man.
Shouts out to my dad.
Yeah, shouts out to Vic's dad. Not mine though.
Shouts
My
out to
dad's just he's not even angry about like shows changing. My dad's just angry at the world changing.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. It was kind of justified, and well, maybe not justified, but it kind of made it less of a blow when the movie ended up sucking as well.
Do you remember when the, one of the people, someone tweeted out like, got a ticket to the new Ghostbusters movie, and I've got the whole theater to myself, being like, yeah, this is epic, and it's just like, mate, you just called out that no one wants to go see this movie.
It's like, I remember when Batman vs Superman came out, and I was like, oh, like, do I want to see this? Like, I kind of want to see what what's his name, Ben Affleck's Batman is like. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go watch it. I went to the movie theater. There was 3 other people, and this was like 3 days after it had come out, and I was like, fuck. And the movie was okay.
I look, Batman vs Superman, not great. I genuinely believe that it's a hard thing to write.
Why did you say that name?
Like, yeah, to write a good Superman movie, because how are you like, it's easier in comic media because you don't need to like animate anything, or like the animated version of stuff, I should say. It's better in those contexts because he's a cartoon. Like he's literally like, and there's no threat to him, which is why he's such a boring character. Like that's why they kill him off so often, because they want to get rid of him so that there can be a threat again. Like he's just a real boring character. Like morally speaking, he's a great character, but he like there's no point in putting up someone who against someone else who just can't do anything to him. Like his biggest villain is just a human in a kryptonite suit. Like that's it. Shouts out Lex Luthor. You know, there's no like he's a very boring character.
Yep.
And it's lame. And then like pitting him up against Batman, it's like, I don't care who you think. We've already had this conversation, but I don't care who you think you are or what you think you know about comics. If Superman wanted Batman dead, he'd be dead. That's it. There's no ums or ahs about it. The guy moves almost as fast as the Flash, but he's smarter than him. So like he could turn him into a misty puddle in the side of the road. Shouts out A-Train if he wanted to, and he didn't. So that's my rant around Batman vs Superman.
Fucking Superman.
But Henry Cavill's the GOAT.
Well, now he's coming back to be Superman again, because
I'm interested to see what they do with that. I kind of want them to just give him like a gung-ho fucking just be like Superman and like let him do all the cool stuff.
Did we talk about James Gunn taking over DC? Was that
no? I don't think we have. I don't think we have talked about that,
because like it's weird. Like it's good. I think it's good to have someone who clearly is a fan of comics in general to be the head of this department. And it's good to have someone in the same like Kevin Feige aspect as like person who just keeps an eye on everything that's going on to make sure it's all kept in line. But I mean, the Suicide Squad, like I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was amazing. And
I think it was the best thing that came out of the DC studio,
which isn't hard to do.
Yeah.
But and Guardians of the Galaxy, like they're good movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting to
I think
know.
low-key, actually, I think the best thing that's come out of DC so far is Peacemaker. I think that might have been like one of my top 10 shows of this year for sure.
It's
Which
interesting
is
though, because like DC, their animated stuff,
it's
fucking good.
fucking awesome.
Like
Yeah.
they constantly smash it with all of their animated stuff.
Yeah.
Marvel, I'm not too sure how their animated
The
stuff's going.
In my opinion, the only good animated thing that Marvel have put out is Into the Spider-Verse. That's it. They
Yeah,
haven't been able to
yeah.
put anything else
But
out.
like DC are pumping out these like straight to DVD or whatever animated movies, which are always like pretty good.
Bangers, yeah.
And they just need to do the same thing for
And
their live action movies.
I
And
mean, and
I think Black Adam ended up getting decent reviews.
it got decent. Hold on.
Like
Black
it's
Adam. I think it got like it's got like a IMDb is like 7.5. Rotten Tomatoes is pretty abysmal, but I think that's also just because people fucking so like rot the. I'm gonna out myself. I have ad block on, so it's not letting me see. But
sorry.
the audience score is like 40%, but the audience score is like 86%,
Mm.
but the critic score is like 40.
Which is
So
pretty common for
it's
superhero
pretty
movies
common
anyway.
for super. Yeah, yeah. But like IMDb is like 7.1. That's pretty decent.
Mm.
Like considering. Um, I haven't seen anything about it outside of like what The Rock has been tweeting
Well, yeah,
about.
because like I follow The Rock on social media stuff,
Yeah.
so I've only ever seen stuff he has posted.
Did you
So
see what he tweeted out when the Queen died?
no.
He tweeted out like R.I.P. the Queen, but you know what doesn't stop? Like,
The grind.
hold on, no, give me a sec. Black Adam tweet. The Queen dying. Here it is. So hold on, it may have been a joke. Where is it? It says, oh, you fuck, just show me the tweet. It goes, rest in peace, Her Majesty the Queen, Elizabeth II, a great woman who sat on the throne as long as anyone in British history. That doesn't make any sense. She said she'll never get to see Black Adam in theaters October 21st.
Fuck.
So he used it as a thing, but that's pretty fucking epic.
Huh? Oh,
And true,
yeah.
she would be sad. Said Megan.
Yeah, she's come to steal some vape juice.
Ooh. Go hello.
We're talking about the Queen. Do you want to give the viewers your thoughts on the Queen's passing? Yeah, I'll give you the microphone.
Extremely sad.
As a British resident, citizen.
Yes. Resident.
No, I changed. As a former British resident and a royalist at heart.
I wouldn't call myself a royalist at heart.
Royalist.
You think? I don't know. I think it's just so ingrained in the culture to be a royalist. Or go on the completely end of the spectrum and not be interested in the royal family or monarchy of any kind at all, at any time.
Overall, how did you feel when you heard the Queen had died?
I feel like it was a very monumental occasion. Like it was one of those things that had a lot of gravity, I guess, and a lot of pull in society. But overall, it was quite a sad thing. I mean, I didn't cry about it, but it was definitely sad. I also think that it was significant because you lose a lot of history with the passing of a monarch as well. And also now that King Charles is the head of the royal family, I think that there's a lot of speculation about what will come and whether he'll be a good leader and really the importance of a royal family or monarchy in today's day and age. I think there'll be a lot of change afoot.
It's a very well thought out answer.
Oh, she's very eloquent. We also talked about. Yes, you are eloquent.
Aw, that's nice.
We also talked about Doctor Who earlier.
Yes.
And
That's
so
something I
Megan
am a fan
fucking
of.
froths Doctor Who. Like, she's got every season on DVD.
Wow,
Even
like
though
every
it's a
season.
Literally
nine
every
form,
season on DVD
Fuck,
in the
you should
lounge.
post it
I get.
in Discord. I want to see how
I
much
got box
stuff there
sets.
is.
She's got the box sets. I'll take a photo and put it in the Discord.
Yes.
That's every season, right?
Of the new Who.
Oh,
yes.
only of the
Of
new
the
stuff.
Who, yes.
So like,
I did.
like
I was
From 2005.
Yes. I was
so like Tennant
old
onwards.
Who. But then
That's
I
still
left
a
it in
lot.
the UK.
We talked about earlier. We had a very brief discussion about how Tennant is back
Yes.
for special features.
Periodically.
How do you feel?
Okay. I am biased because Tennant is one of my favorite Doctors, as I think is the situation
Makes
for a lot of
sense.
people. Huh? Yes. I really like Tennant as the Doctor. I know this is controversial. I do quite like Matt Smith as the Doctor. I do also like Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor, but I think that has more to do with revival than it does with content. Jodie Whittaker can suck a dick, but I don't agree with it. I'm less opinionated about Capaldi. I didn't really watch much of his Doctor at the time, but I do like Peter Capaldi as a person. But on a tangent, I think that having David Tennant back is, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not particularly thrilled.
Do you think it's a good way to bring old fans back and kind of introduce the new fans into the older stuff?
Do you think it's a good way? It's them trying to bring old fans back.
Yes, I think they're clutching at straws because they see that they've potentially made the wrong decisions in recent years with who they've appointed as the Doctor, and they've lost a very large fan base, especially people like myself that are now in their mid-20s that grew up with the revival of Doctor Who, that moved on because of the decisions that they made about it and being politically correct. But I don't particularly think that it's a good idea bringing David Tennant back, because for one, while it was sad that like his tenure as Doctor was over and they wrote out that storyline, I do think that it was appropriate that he left at the time that he did. But it's obviously a money grab, in my opinion. But I mean, other fans might think differently.
This kind of stuff is money grabs.
I just feel very strongly about Doctor Who.
You do. You love Doctor Who.
I do. I grew up with Doctor Who.
Should I ask Iz about something since Megan was here?
What's Iz been watching?
New Girl.
Yeah, go ask how New Girl's going.
Iz, come here.
Well, because I asked you a
Is
question.
this a feature?
Can you come here?
I can give my.
You don't need to be on camera. I just want to ask you a few questions.
No, Megan's not on
Girl.
camera.
Hey, get it out,
She's
you bloody
wearing her
bastard.
cleaning clothes.
Yeah. Not that that's different to my regular clothes.
Is he?
Can someone make
Ivy. That's not
loud,
Izzy.
funny noises for the NA listeners? Yeah, I'll redeem something. North American. Oh, I don't have the meme.
Fucking lazy.
Hold on.
Shut the
Iz, come
fuck
here.
up.
You know
I will
what, I was
fucking
just
laser you with alien fucking eyes and explode your fucking head.
Fucking laser you.
Oh, they're not working at the moment.
What were you playing, Megan?
Wait, what were you doing? What game? Global, whatever that is.
She was playing your save of God of War.
It's what? It's the global, like the.
Oh, yes. And you got to pick like which section you're at. Yeah, I know the one. Yeah. Izzy isn't coming. She might show up a little bit. She might show up a little bit later though.
That's all good. That's all good.
Megan's very well spoken.
She is very
She's-
well spoken.
Yeah, she was. I agree. When it comes to the Doctor stuff, I think that makes sense. But R.I.P. the Queen and all that good stuff. But
R.I.P. the Queen. We
her
already
people
talked
took
about this
my
when she
land.
died.
People took my fucking land. So as far as I'm concerned, you know.
Thanks for guest starring.
I should have a permanent feature.
One day.
Oh, but
Yeah, one day.
One day
One
we'll
day.
get you in.
You gotta bring me in for the important topics like Doctor Who.
You like Doctor Who? Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
We should do a definitive ranking of Doctor Who villains and monsters.
The Weeping Angels spooky.
Weeping Angels win.
I mean,
Nah, that one. Ask Megan if she remembers an episode where they're on a train or like a cable car that's like traveling, and there's
And
like
it's
an alien.
There's like a invisible thing killing everyone.
It's not quite invisible, but it's like getting into everything, and it's starting to like copy people. Ask her if she remembers that one.
Which Doctor was that? The one
That
where
was
they're
Tennant.
on a train and there's like a hidden.
Capaldi.
It is Capaldi, right?
Yeah, because it was like the Murder on the Orient Express, right?
Oh no, there was one with Tennant as well that I remember. I'm
It was,
frozen.
like, invisible,
Hold
and
on.
then
You're
it
back,
turned
Am I
out to
you're back,
be
you're
a
back.
mummy.
Cool.
It was like invisible, but then it turned out to be like a mummy looking thing.
The mummy thing. Is it the mummy one? Because I remember the mummy
I
one.
think so. They're like transporting something on a big cable car.
Yeah,
from
that
what
is
I can
Capaldi,
remember.
I feel like.
Are you sure? I feel like I definitely watched that one, but I don't recall watching that with Capaldi in it.
Mummy on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be that one. Hold on, give me a sec.
Yeah, it's Capaldi. It's Capaldi.
Oh, it is.
Thank you. I barely even watched Capaldi.
I remember that one. That's one of the few episodes of his that I actually remember.
Maybe I'm thinking of something
And
else. There's
also
another
you-
episode where the Doctor is like, everyone needs to stay on this like train thing because whatever this monster is like copying people, and then it takes over their like personality and their body and gets rid of the old copy and then starts copying people again.
Yeah.
And then it starts to copy Tennant. And
Fuck
he's like,
your
"Oh,
life!
no,
Bing bang!"
well, if they can copy a doctor, then there's an issue. So,
Mm.
or the doctor, then there's an issue. I don't know. What do you think? Izzy, come here. You don't need to come into the camera. Don't worry. Oh, she's making the bed. She'll be back in a second. That's okay. Do you have you watched Doctor Who? No. She hasn't watched Doctor Who. There you go. The end.
Well, it was ask her about something that she has watched.
So Iz, come back here. What's your favourite thing about New Girl? Who's your favourite character in New
Like
Girl?
the friendships, like their funny little banter.
Yeah.
Funny
Who's your favourite
banter.
character?
Winston,
Winston's your favourite character. Why?
because he's so awkward and funny.
Yeah. Who do you think I am in the group?
Well, obviously you're gonna say Nick.
Well, I'm gonna say Nick, but who do you think?
Well, yeah, Nick, because who else would it be?
Yeah. That's the guy who plays Peter B. Parker and
Yeah.
who are you? Do you want to be Winston? You can be Winston if you want to.
No, I don't really feel like I'm that much like any of them.
Yeah, I think they're like an amalgamation of like a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Are you happy with the ending of
No, there should have been more seasons.
Yeah, it should have been more. Fair enough.
But how many seasons are there?
So they shouldn't have had the time jump. They should have had more
Yeah,
seasons.
they did a time jump between 4 and 5.
5
Okay.
or 6.
5 and 6, sorry.
Right.
But the 6th season only had 10 episodes in it, I think.
Yeah, I mean the ending was fine. Like who ended up together was good and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
But
It's not long enough.
not long enough. Now we have to.
Because it was
watch
funny
the
right
else.
until the end. It wasn't like
It did-
dragging.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
have you watched Scrubs, Vic?
Or like
Yeah,
How I Met Your
yeah.
Mother last
Yeah.
couple seasons.
Yeah, or like How I Met Your Mother. Good point. Yeah, that's all good. All right, thank you for the interview.
Can
Appreciate it.
my question is, why is she making the bed at 4:30 in the afternoon?
Because he was like, why are you making the bed at 4:30 in the afternoon? Because she decided it needed to be cleaned.
Hell
which makes
yeah.
sense. And all the stuff will dry fast because it's nice.
Hell
Smells
yeah.
like my BO. Smells like my BO and her farts.
Hell yeah.
She wish. She goes, you wish. Hell yeah. I suppose I fucking have to mow the lawn if she's making the bed.
Well, I don't know what it
Uh,
looks like out your ways, but there's some rain clouds out here now. But
Like the beer, look at it.
She's going, it's too hot to make the bed. I'm sweating, so it's too hot for you to mow the lawns. It's blue, clear skies on our side of things, but I reckon it's probably coming our way.
Hmm.
Hey, what are you up to? Come here. Yeah. Good boy. Come here. And your sister. But
I'm
yeah,
trying to
it's,
find. I can't get these channel point redemptions working. I'll have to get that sorted by the time I stream next.
Oh, you're all good. This do. Raise up. Rise up. Look at this fella. It's too hot for him as well.
Oh, it's
Hey.
bloody warm. It is bloody warm.
And you're covered in here. So naturally, you're gonna be
Imagine.
way warmer than everyone. It's going to be me. I'm shaved. Although all of this looks very hairy, I'm shaved down to the, completely smooth. Head to no, neck to toe.
Neck to toe. Not a hair
Mm.
to be found.
Wait.
Another guest star.
What to do to? You got big ass ears, eh?
Dogs
So
are
he does
cracker.
dogs fucking crack me out. He does whenever I pat his head, he'll try and bite my hand. It's just because he's playing. But I'm like, you got sharp little puppy teeth, so I'll grab his ear because they're really long, and I'll move it into his mouth, and he'll just bite his own ear for a little bit. I'm like, that's what you get, you little motherfucker.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. What else? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What else was I going to talk about? There was another thing that I wanted to bring up, but I can't remember.
I'm trying to think as well. It's just one of those weeks, I think, where because a big new game has come out, it's kind of all we're
particularly one
really.
that we've both been kind of rearing up to go for. So
that's kind of all
yeah.
I've been focusing on.
Yeah, I mean, oh no, I'll fucking plug that later. Don't worry.
We can do it now.
I was just gonna talk about it being Movember this month.
Go for it.
And I intend on doing a long stream at the end of this month as well. Probably, I'll probably just do an 8-hour one. I want to try raise I don't have the a fan base with the kind of money that Nissa's fan base has.
That's when I joined, I was like, holy shit! You've got over $300.
Big bucks. Plus, you go to her if you go to her channel, there's a person who's gifted 94 subs to it, which is fucking insane to me. That's what almost.
Holy shit!
What? What are you crying for?
It's $750.
Yeah, it's almost $800. That's baffling to me. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do for Movember is end of the month. Probably it'll have to be the 27th, so 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna do it on the Sunday. I'm gonna do a bit of an 8-hour stream. Probably do an 8-hour stream, but throughout this month, any money that's raised, any revenue that is coming from the stream, I'll donate all of that as well. So that's pretty cool. I don't want to do anything longer than 8 hours because fuck that. It's too much admin.
Yeah, I think 8 hours is it's long enough where it's also you're still enjoying it.
Yep, and I'm not gonna fucking hate myself the next day.
Yeah,
you know, I'll because obviously the 27th will be a Sunday, which will be a Saturday for all the Yanks. Maybe I'll do the 26th, which will be a Friday for them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But actually, yeah, I'll probably end up doing the 26th because I was just looking at the time at the moment. Because I was like, oh, you know what? It'll be a bit weird because we'll have a bit of content again, but we're actually doing it next weekend, and then it'll be carrying on from there. So we should be fine. So maybe I will do it the 26th, and I'll just do an 8-hour stream where I'm bloody chilling out, hanging out with everyone, I'll probably play a bit of Pokemon or something like that.
Hell
And
oh, when does the Pokemon game come out?
I want to say it's the 18th. That entire game got leaked recently, like really recently. All of the Pokemon got leaked and everything. It's a game that I don't really care too much about spoilers and stuff like that. To be honest, it's one of those ones where I kind of prefer to see the new Pokemon so that I can plan accordingly. I hate every single one of the starters. I was like, they're like the space forms are really cool. I'm like, oh yo, like a little crocodile that looks like a jalapeno, like a sailor duck and a cat. And I'm like, sick, you guys will be cool. And then it just turns into a big crocodile for the little crocodile. Then it turns into a bipedal cat, which is natural, you know. And then what I thought would be a sailor duck ends up being like a really it's just like it seemed like a really weird way to go. They turned it into a peacock essentially instead of a duck. I was like, come on, mate, you had a perfect bloody plan there. You nailed it.
How many Pokemon are there now?
With this new game, how many?
Like how often do they add more Pokemon?
Every single new game, they get more Pokemon. There are now 925 new Pokemon. Pokemon in total.
Because that must be hard to like, from the gameplay wise, like having to balance.
So the newer games in particular, they don't have all 925 Pokemon in the game.
Okay.
That's just, I think that's a memory situation where they just can't, like, it can't hold that much stuff. But like in terms of balance and stuff like that, because as soon as the games are out, they can't, like, once you've released the Pokemon games, they can't change like the damage base of like certain Pokemon, right? They can't like adjust the stats or anything like that. So if they do have issues where like something's super overpowered, it falls into so because I played a little bit of competitive Pokemon back in the day, there are tiers that you can play in instead. So there's like Uber, which is the like legendary tiers essentially. So you know that's where Rayquaza sits, where all of the pseudo legendaries and stuff. Then there's OU, which is overused. UU, which is underused. That's what I played in. And all that good stuff. There's like a lot of like tiers that you can play in that'll let you, depending on the kind of Pokemon you're using, will rank you in that space. Right. But sometimes people use things like you might get one Uber.
Okay.
Where you can pick like a legendary or something along those lines. But there's like a really fine line of like what I think it's like you have to meet a certain total points to be able to get into those certain areas. It's real. It's like interesting. The math behind it is insane. And there are some Pokemon that should be an OU or an Uber but aren't because they don't meet those like certain requirements. But it's like if you run up against someone who's got those Pokemon, you're basically fucked, and you're just like, okay, well, let's have good game, mate, good game. But then there are people who play with like, I have a level 1 Rattata and I sweep your entire team full of legendaries.
Shit.
It's funny, you know. So there's, mechanically speaking, the game is crazy. But they do a lot of stuff like that to not have to patch actual like numbers and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah, super interesting though. I don't do any competitive stuff anymore because I hate the community. So I just decided, I'm not going to do that anymore. But I like watching it. I like watching that stuff. So
Sick.
I know a little bit about it. Ivy's going crazy.
Yeah, it's like with the competitive, is that like, do they do it on Switches now, or
Yeah. So
yeah.
so even though there's
Is the card game still played?
Yep, it's massive. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I bought I went to the post office to send off something that I was returning, and they had Pokemon cards. So I was like, sick, I'll fucking buy one of them. So I bought a couple there, but I'm not sure how well the game is being played anymore. I think it's like there are more people collecting than there
Yeah.
are playing.
For sure.
But the cards that are used in gameplay, in the actual game, tend to be worth a little bit more than like the average card. But then there's like the classic cards, like anything to do with Pikachu, anything to do with Charizard. They're like the big money ones. But yeah, it's I used to also play the card game, but if someone's willing to spend $400, then they can just buy the best deck and you can't beat them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just like in Magic the Gathering. That's why I don't play card games, because it's it's all pay to win.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's Pokemon. So that'll be coming out next week at some point.
Pay to win is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like we could probably wrap things up a bit early. Again, because there's not a whole lot to talk about this episode, and also because I'm sure both of us have other stuff to do, including play some more God of War. And then I don't think it'll be next episode next week, but maybe the episode after that we'll both have finished God of War, so we can do like a spoiler full discussion around our thoughts on everything.
I think that's a good idea.
So yeah, I guess, what do you have a recommendation?
I do, actually. So, one of my first ever recommendations when we started doing this kind of bit was one of the guys who is in Super Mega, one of like my favorite YouTube channels. They did an album or an EP called Ouch, which I recommended. I think maybe even episode 2.
Yeah, I think you did.
And Matt Watson has just put out his first full album, like 3 or 4 days ago, and it's great. It is called "See You There" by Matt Watson. I'll pop it in here.
Sweet.
I'll
open it on Spotify so I can listen to it after too.
Watson. It's a really cool album, and that's all I'll kind of give it. It's not equal. That was meant to be a dash,
That's
but whatever.
Fine. It makes sense.
And I was seriously impressed. I've been playing a few of his songs. I was playing a few of his songs at the beginning of my streams, just while I was like setting stuff up, and then they kept getting muted, so I decided to stop doing that, just in case. But that is my recommendation. He's been doing it. He's been working on this for, like, I think he said like 2 years. So he started when lockdown happened, essentially. Just had been doing it from there. Ring Pop's my favorite. But it's a really good album. Really good album.
It's always about relating to illiterate chat.
Yeah, hell yeah, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do. So yeah, that's my recommendation. That, and if you haven't already, for the love of Christ, play God of War.
If you can, really, if you have the means to,
if you have the means to, please do it.
Especially if you played 2018 and you enjoyed it, like, there's no reason not to. And I think I was reading something before we started the podcast about how it's already the most sold God of War game
Yeah, in day one of release, it sold more copies than the first week of the 2018 one.
Yeah.
Which and that's only hard copies. That's not
Yeah.
digital copies. Yeah.
When it's funny because when I look at my friends list on PlayStation, which is mostly people I played Call of Duty with like 10 years ago, almost everyone on my friends list is playing it at the moment.
Mhm.
So it's definitely a good game, but we could probably talk about it for like an hour and a half or 2 hours when we finished it anyway. So
Yeah.
we will be
Yeah.
doing that. So I just see a title of an article here from 10 hours ago on Forbes. God of War Ragnarok sold more on day one than the 2018 God of War did in a week. So it's good. I think another good thing is because the the 2018 God of War is part of the PlayStation collection. Like a lot of people would have
helped as well.
Yeah, a lot of people would have jumped into it when they got their PS5s. So
Yeah.
this is huge. Also, I don't know what you're playing it on, but because I'm playing it on this monitor, which is it's not 4K, it's 2K, and
Yep.
the fucking PlayStation has finally added support for that. So
Mhm.
it's so good, and this is 144 hertz, so I'm getting like 120 frames with it because it's got the high frame rate. It's just fucking so good.
I've been playing on my slightly smaller TV while we've got stuff on. So I've got. I'll send a photo of it, but like we've got our lounge TV, and then we've got my TV where I would play my usual games if I was playing on stream underneath it.
Yeah.
And I've been playing on that, but earlier today I switched over to
The big one?
TV while Ez was at the gym, and bugging me, fuck, it looks good. That's because that's a far bigger and far flashier TV than the one that I've got.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very, very good.
Yeah.
And apparently it runs better on PS5 than it does on PC at the moment, which is epic.
On PC.
I've got both, maybe. Cool. What about you, man? Any
What you mean?
recommendation
What do you
on
mean? What do you mean on PC? What you talking about?
Oh, someone did like a thing where they were running both. How would they? Oh yeah, that's right. How would they do that?
What you talking about?
Liars.
They're
The
lying.
internet lied to
Don't
me.
believe the internet.
How the no? I think someone might have like ported something to the the first area to like show the difference between like running it on a 4060 versus running it on the PlayStation, but I don't know how legit it was.
It started raining. Oh, it has started raining, and there's clothes outside.
Dang it! I can't mow the lawn. Fuck.
Okay, that's alright. We can deal with that.
Too late. I saved the plants instead.
The plants have been saved. Okay, that's cool.
The plants.
Yep. No one likes a wet pot. Exactly. My recommendation is something I've talked about a couple times on stream. Is this Marvel Snap?
Oh, right.
It's free. There is
paid promotion.
Oh, I wish if Marvel want to give me some money, go for it. It's like literally the only phone game I've played regularly in years. It's a deck builder sort of game. Super basic, super easy. There's like, to try and explain how it works, you have a deck at the start and then you unlock cards as you go through. The cards either just have like a defense stat or like not a defense, it's like you get energy to use. So at the start of round one you'll have 1 energy, so you can play like a card that requires 1 energy and add sponsor hard out. And then it's got like attack power, and then some cards have different abilities. It's just very good, and there have been no ads while I'm playing it, which is like the main thing I want in phone games. It's just not an ad every minute. But yeah, I've been playing it.
It's legit, like the first thing that shows up on my app store.
It's fucking good.
Fine, twist my arm then, mate. I'll download it.
Give it a go.
I'm not gonna enjoy it. No, I kid.
Give it a go. It is fun.
I will say that the Marvel like phone app games that they have, like Contest of Champions, the like side scrolling fighter that they did, well, not side scrolly, sorry, it was like 1v1 fighter.
Hmm.
You'd like swipe for light attacks, tap for light attacks, swipe for heavies, all that, that was a lot of fun. I think Marvel have kind of nailed that.
There's another one,
pretty well.
Puzzle Quest, which I see every now and then, which apparently
Yes.
is also good. I haven't tried that one. This is the first one I've sort of tried. But I mean, I've played it at least 20 minutes or so every day since I've downloaded it. So
What prompted you to download it?
I think it was a YouTube video I was watching.
Mm.
I think it was like a sponsor where they were like, this video is brought to you by Marvel Snap.
Oh,
No,
what?
actually, it wasn't. I remember now. Disguised Toast, the streamer, he used to play Hearthstone. I think that's how he blew up. This is made by the guy who made Hearthstone.
Okay, all right. So it's actually good quality shit. It's not
And,
just like a
yeah.
basic. Okay,
And the guy who made this and Disguised Toast, like, friends, or like they know each other. And so
cool.
Toast was talking about it on stream one day. And then I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And it's cool. I like it.
If I can find a YouTuber who has a code for it to get some free stuff and help them, then I shall do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
That's
if not,
cool, man.
it's cool. That's my recommendation for the episode.
Hell
But
yeah, baby.
that is us.
Us. Yeah. I'll shoot you a message later on tonight maybe, and we can determine whether or not we want to do Dead Space 3 tomorrow, or if we want to wait until next weekend or whatever. But
Yeah, I'll let you know. It depends
Yeah.
on if we have any other admin stuff to do tomorrow. But I
Same.
think we're
Yeah.
pretty much done. But yeah, I'll let you know. I
Awesome,
do
dude.
have the game. I just need to download again, which won't take long.
Yeah, I will need to download it as well. So that's
yeah.
all good.
Thanks for hanging out,
thanks,
Lucid.
man.
Anyone else
Yeah.
lurking in the background? I appreciate it.
You guys are all
Um,
great.
but
Should we
yeah.
send them? Where do you want to send them? What's Eli up to? What hours is he-
He started at 5 o'clock yesterday, so he's almost there. I'll probably send them there because Nis has already got 14 people watching her,
Yep.
so
That
that's all
sounds
good.
That sounds fair enough.
So I am going to send the
My-
raid.
Lucid's my recommendation is pirating Nintendo games.
100%. I'm gonna jailbreak the shit out of the Switch and just download everything. I don't even care if Nintendo hears this and they blacklist me because I've never been a
Fair.
Nintendo person anyway. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send a raid. 12 bees in a hat. Lucid, if you are going to hang out, I know you were in Nis's stream earlier. That's fine. Do whatever you got to do. 12 bees in a hat is my sister and her partner's stream. They're just yarning at the moment, it looks like. But they started streaming almost 24 hours ago. In about 10 minutes or so, they will have done 24 hours. So that's that. I know Nis is also doing a 24-hour stream, so hopefully she makes it as well. Just as a preface for the 12 bees in a hat, they like every time they always talk about literal gay shit. Like every time they're talking about gay people and how everything is gay.
Oh hell yeah!
Solarius is there at the moment, and he is gay. So they're always talking about how something is gay, and it's fucking it's great. Like they have their own podcast. They might even be doing it now. They have their own
It
podcast.
looks like they are. It looks like all three of them are.
And I
shooting
think they're playing D&D today as well, which they might start doing a bit later on. But yeah, that's us. We'll be back next week for the next episode.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
All right. Yep.
Adios,
have a great
stream.
one, team. Ooses.